Good morning and welcome to Real Life and Beauty by Mari. So, I wanted to talk today about balance, right? I know a lot of people ask me, how do you find balance in your life as a single mom, as a woman in recovery, works full time? And I try to keep it simple for myself because I know life can happen, you get overwhelmed. Um, and for me, it is about three things: mental slash emotional, spiritual, and physical, right? And as long as I have all those three things fulfilled, or I'm constantly working on those three things, that's where I get my satisfaction. That's where I get my balance. So at any time that I feel off or I feel emotional unmanageability or instability, I try to look at those three things. What needs to be fulfilled? Which one of those am I falling short in? Which one of those am I lacking, right? So maybe the way that I handle a situation or conversation or the way I handle a person or whatever the situation is, if I've fallen short in that, then I know, okay, it's my mental or emotional um, that I need to work on or that I've fallen short on. And I would say, for the most part, what I hear a lot from people, or maybe they're not even aware of it, of where they struggle, is feeling disconnected. And I can relate 100% because a lot of times when life is great, I'm happy in my relationship, I'm happy with my relationship with my son, I'm happy with my relationship with my significant other, I'm happy with my home life, with my career, but there's something still not right within me. And a lot of times I find myself feeling disconnected. And a lot of people are not aware of that feeling, or a lot of times they do, but they don't know where it's coming from. And for me, it's I need to feel connected, whether that's with people, with myself, or with my understanding of what God is. And when I went into recovery, the only understanding I had was that God equals religion, or spirituality equals religion. I had no idea that religion and spirituality could be two different things, or that God didn't have to go along with religion, and that was a big eye-opener for me. So just starting off with that, 4.5 years ago, was what was my understanding of a God, or a higher power, as we call it, and I had to come to the acceptance that I may not have all the answers of the universe, of what's the purpose of the universe and what's the purpose of the human race and, whatever else. But what I did know, or what I did feel, was that there was something greater, and that I put together my own understanding, and I did some research on different religions. I even had Bible studies, like Jehovah's Witness Bible studies, Mormon Bible studies. I went to Catholic church, went to Christian church. Like, I've done it all. Did my own research of different cultures and beliefs. And honestly, I've put together my own, understanding. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. And I continue to, my understanding of a higher power or of a God continues to grow and evolve. As I grow and evolve as well. It only makes sense. But once I had a clear understanding of what my God was, and accepted that my understanding is and could be different than somebody else's, I felt more comfortable, I would say, more connected with, you know, my God. And so when I feel disconnected, and there's times I feel disconnected, you know, but even when I feel disconnected from people, I know it has to do with me. When I feel disconnected, you know, from my spirituality, or I feel lack of spiritual connection, I know it starts with me, you know. I'm not able to connect with somebody if I'm not connected with myself, or I don't have self-awareness, or I'm not even spiritually connected. It's very difficult for me to genuinely connect with somebody. And if I don't have that connection, I don't feel good about it. I feel, I don't know, I feel disconnected, I guess, right? That's the only other word I can come up with. And so how to get that spiritual connection, how to get the balance of, you know, spirituality, mind and body, or physical and mental / emotional. You know, I've posted, you know, a few times, you know, pictures or videos of me working out. That definitely helps me out with the physical and the mental. Spirituality is, you know, connecting with people, connecting, you know, as far as like helping somebody, guiding somebody, getting outside of myself and helping somebody else, you know. Meditation is huge. I've always felt like meditation, for me at least, helped very much with my spiritual connection and having a conscious contact, and also with mental and emotional stability, you know. I feel that meditation, you don't have to obviously be religious or believe in God to do meditation, to practice meditation in any way, but that helps me with awareness. That helps me connect with myself, connect to other energies and powers out there in the universe, you know, for me at least. When I meditate, I feel clarity, I feel a connection, you know, and just being outside and meditating and, you know, listening to nature, listening to the sounds of the ocean or the birds, or, you know, whatever it is that is around us, helps me feel connected, you know. And connection changes everything. Let me just tell you, when you feel connected, and you have awareness, and you feel like you're working on yourself and there's progress, it reflects tremendously with your actions, with how you react. And so that's how I try to keep my balance with everything. As far as the mental and the emotional, that's connected with the spiritual, you know, and just feeling like with the mental and emotional, like it's constant work. It's not like I'm going to work on it today and a few days from today, or even a few weeks or a few months or a few years, I never have to work on it again because I did it once and that was it. You know, it's constant, it's consistency, you know. Just like I go to the gym and work out, you know, 4 to 5 times a week, it's the same thing with your spiritual growth, with your emotional growth. You know, the biggest thing for me is I do, you know, as a single mom, I live with my boyfriend, and he has a daughter as well, you know, and we provide for our family, we provide for each other. But the biggest thing that I've learned is that we can be happy in our relationship but we need to be happy first individually on our own journeys in order to bring in that happiness into the relationship, in order to provide an emotional connection to each other, to provide for our children as a household, as a unit, right? Whether that's emotional or provide materialistically or financially, whatever it is. And so in a way, like, that's all connected, and it all starts from within you. And so one thing that I've learned in this relationship, and having, bringing our families together, our kids together to have a family, and to be where we're at today in our relationship, it has a lot to do with our own emotional and spiritual growth on our own journeys, and then we're combining those journeys or individuals together, and sharing what we've learned as individuals, what we've learned, and what we continue to learn, and how we continue to grow, right? I always have to take time out for myself, first and foremost, because if I don't provide for myself, if there is no growth within me, if there is no connection within me, if I am not happy and happiness doesn't grow from within me, or love doesn't grow from within me, I cannot provide that for anybody else. I cannot do that for anybody else. And if I do, it's very miserable, and it's like I'm giving, and not getting anything back. But I have to be responsible enough and provide that for me, and do things that fulfill that within me, so I can give that away, if that makes any sense. So I like to, obviously go to the gym, work on my spiritual growth or maintenance, eating healthy. I'm not perfect. I have moments here and there that I'll binge on ice cream or milkshakes or whatever. And so, but that's my balance. I know that that having a balance even in my diet helps me tremendously as far as feeling good about myself, and then later on, obviously, the results that I'm looking for physically. But it's not just a healthy lifestyle as far as eating, it's a healthy lifestyle as far as mental health, emotional health, spiritual health. It's all connected within me. And that's how I maintain a balance, of everything. I practice acts, little acts of self-love, right? Whether that's going to get my hair done, my nails, or, taking time to get a massage, something that makes me feel good about myself, something that makes me kind of reconnect with myself, to love myself, so that can be reflected through my behaviors and actions and even words, right? And in a way, for me, it's all connected. Draw myself a bubble bath. Sometimes I'll tell my boyfriend, like, you know what, let's go this weekend and just get away, just you and me. Go to the beach. I think the beach is the biggest and best place, and the biggest relief for me is, for some reason, I feel so connected when I go there, with the water, with nature, and it just makes me feel, the ocean's so big and it kind of makes me feel so little, and so I like that because, in my household, it's like me and my boyfriend and our kids look up to us as like being big, and role models, and so I like to look up to something else that makes me feel little and like I'm not the greatest power, the greatest thing on this planet, and I like that feeling. It's I guess it's humility, right? It's humbling myself, and so the ocean helps me kind of reconnect with myself, with nature. What else? Also, people. People really help me, as I'm trying to help them. They don't have any idea how much they're really helping me reconnect with myself, connect with them. Most importantly, I think for a long time during my active addiction, I didn't realize it at the time, but I felt very disconnected. I felt alienated. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I felt very alone, and I never want to feel that again, and so now in my life and in my recovery, I will naturally, just subconsciously, I realize that feeling of loneliness or disconnection, as soon as I feel it, I'm like, nope, not happening. I will go out there, I will surround myself with people, I will try to help somebody, talk to somebody, guide somebody, or go to the beach and connect again, trying to get myself balanced, at least from within, because that disconnection, I think, fed a lot into my addiction as to why I was getting high, and so in my recovery, I don't like that feeling. I try to steer away from it as quickly as possible. Books are another thing. I haven't done much reading lately, but I know I have spiritual books on my bedside, and even little books like Jesus Calling, that have little quotes in there that really help me to focus on how my day should go, or I have some other books that are on awareness or love, which I'm big on. I'm all about awareness and giving love and showing love and being love and light, and I feel like reading really helps. It's a form of mindfulness. I've at least come to that realization, because everything is quiet. You're spending time with yourself, with your mind, with your thoughts, and you're reading this book. So I don't know, I find it very relaxing, and once again, it's about taking time out for yourself, right? If somebody walks in my bedroom, starts talking to me, it's all right, hold on a second, give me 30 minutes, I'll get back to you, right? Turn your phone turn your phone off and put it on silence, and reconnect with yourself. You take yourself everywhere you go. You could be your biggest critic, you can be your best friend, you can be your biggest enemy. It's really on you. And I feel like when you spend enough time with yourself and you are constantly working on yourself, you are connecting with yourself, you're getting to know yourself, you're doing things for yourself, only then do you find your identity and what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. You reconnect with yourself. And so, and taking this, little time, or taking this, I guess you could say time out for yourself, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes on the weekend, to reconnect, to do something for yourself, because I promise you that is all connected as far as, how you feel from within, emotional, your thoughts, the mental part will reflect, through your perception on things, through your actions. Your reactions are a big sign of what's going on with you mentally or emotionally or even spiritually, you know? So I hope this answers some questions for you guys as far as balance and how to find balance, and or even how to maintain balance, you know? I constantly try to work on those three things, you know, and at any time that I feel like off or disconnected, or like something isn't right within me, I try to look at those three things. Have I fulfilled any of those? Which one of those need work? You know, and that kind of helps me put things into perspective for me. And and it's very easy, you know, it's like spiritual, mental, slash emotional, or the physical. Like, you know, I don't have to like overthink it. And you know, I kind of just, sorry guys, I'm at work. I kind of just focus on those three things and what needs work. So you guys can leave comments at the bottom. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am on YouTube under Real Life and Beauty with Mari. And then also my Facebook. I have a page, Real Life and Beauty by Mari. Please connect with me, like my videos, share them as much as possible, and subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. And remember, be love and light.